Hi, dear readers. This is T. HarRiMaN and Picasso, who, look at his little toe beans. Uh, he is joining me here today to talk about how you can make your life a fairy tale. So I can't think of any way to talk about extracting the sweetness and the enchantment out of life. I can't think of a better way than starting it with a cute cat. Well, making my home a cozy nest, a retreat, a sanctuary, a magical place, a place where when I walk in, I want to feel like I'm in an enchanted world apart. It is something I work on every day. So, just as the last episode, you joined me inside my bathroom, today you are here inside of my bedroom. And you can see that I'm going to get up so you can take a look at my bed, which has a tapestry under velvet bed curtains. And you can get these canopies for relatively cheap on the Google, on the interwebs. And you can just see I have, unfortunately, I've succumbed to one of the pitfalls of my generation, and I have a lot of pillows, including my super cute, being a kid's book author gives you an excuse to, here I stepped on a magazine. I'm like carrying it around me. These are top-notch production values, people. Being a kid's book author means that surrounding myself with stuff, it's not juvenile. It's inspiration. It's part of my artistic vision, and so I wanted to show that to you. Another thing too, I just like to surround myself with little things here and there. Let me show you some of them. I got this from Target for, I don't know, 12, no more than $15. And I also like to do little touches. For example, I got fairy lights these were 70 cents in the clearance aisle at Meijer. Don't tell. And so I've been putting them here and there. And so that's just what I could find that was within arm's reach. Yeesh. So when I walk in my home, I want to feel like it's a world apart. I'm in another world. I'm in a sanctuary. I'm safe. I'm cozy. I can rest. And so this vlog today is going to be about a way that you can achieve the very same thing. Now, if you go on social media and spend any time on there at all, you will have people bitterly point out that life is not a fairy tale. And although, boy, I certainly have had my share of disappointments in life. The fact is that you don't need to be stuck with that. You can make your life a happily ever after. And in fact, you should make your life a happily ever after. It's too important. You are constantly sending yourself messages about what your life is and who you are. And so you're constantly telling yourself a story about who you are and what your life is like. Why shouldn't that life, that identity, be positive? it's only common sense. I could, but I don't need to point you to uh, raft after raft of research to tell you that self-fulfilling prophecies are a thing, and they've been validated by research. And so if you tell yourself, hey, life can be magical, it can be enchanted, well, that's what's going to happen then. Thus is the power of self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, so when we talk about fairy tales today, and you'll see it's something I try to build into every single one of my books. You have psychological needs for reading. One of them is to escape. And so I try to my best to give you that. So, first of all, let's look though at this misconception that fairy tales do not tell us anything about real life. Sorry, yes, cat hair. First, if you look at the original fairy tales, they are basically horror stories that we have watered down. In fact, some of them are so graphic, I can't even put them on YouTube. I would get in trouble. And so you could all, but also you could make a great argument that it is the problems that make a fairy tale. After all, without problems, Cinderella is just a story of a chick that meets some dude at a party. But the reason that fairy tales are what they are is that they focus on sweetness, magic, and enchantment, all of which every single one of us can implement into our everyday. And you will notice that this is such a complete idea that in the upcoming vlog, I will not be invoking Disney as a way to do this. Yes, that can help you in your inspiration, but we don't even need that. And although I am going to be telling you how to live a romantic life, and it's going to be the capital romantic, you don't need a partner to feel to have a romantic life. And I'm sure there's going to be some of you out there who are going to say, yeah, well, sometimes a partner can get in the way of your leading a romantic life. And well, that's between you and, I don't know anything about all that. So, young women often hear that they can't wait for a prince to rescue them. It is true, we should all feel empowered to change our lives, but we also need to build a great support system. We all rescue each other. We're humans, and one of the reasons we survive is our ability to build social networks. As a single mom of 4, the hardest thing for me was having zero support network. People think single parents are superheroes, but that also means that nobody asks how you're doing, or if you need any help, or what you can do. My life hasn't been perfect. Far from it. I'm picking off cat hair as I'm talking to you. But through the hard times, I have learned to extract lessons from the problems. I've learned that if you work on it, life does go better, more successfully, and more smoothly when I look on the bright side and try to find the magic in every day. And so I'm going to give you some ideas about how to add enchantment to your life. And while I've got you here, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below to cheer up someone who might really need to hear just the message that you are sending. Okay. The first helpful hint to make your life enchanting is to read. You knew I was going to say that, didn't you? Okay, sure. There is nothing like a particularly well done movie. When you leave it, you feel the movie's magic has covered your world with its enchantment and glamour. But there's also much to be said about too many LED lights and screens not being romantic. A book offers you that perfect escape. Nobody can reach you through a book to bother you about bringing cookies to a particular gathering or whether you can come to X or Y meeting or committee that you signed up for. Number two, start a Pinterest account or Instagram. Choose one or both. Search for interiors that transport you to your idea of your own romantic retreat. And then once you've have a list, once you have a good cloud of ideas like that, go through it and make a list, a sort of a shopping list from what you see. And so ideally, this is something that you can work on every day. So if you're going through a soul crushing hard time, you can see movement and comfort in your everyday life. You can see yourself moving toward your ideal. Now, the next thing I'd like you to do is to think about taking fairy tale vacations. Now, of course, a lot of this depends on what your goals and dreams are, how you define a fairy tale. But studying and working toward this vacation is another way you can start making your life feel like a fairy tale. Comment below with places that you consider particularly idyllic and romantic to help the rest of us try to figure out our next spring break location. Okay, idea number 4, spruce up your office space. If your window looks out at a brick wall, put a pretty painting in front of it, keep a candle burning. Have a beautiful pillow at your back. Look for ways to bring comfort and beauty to your office space as you can. Next thing to do, keep your environs clean. And of course, this is going to be particularly difficult if you have kids. It is amazing how many people will lecture you regarding making your kids clean up. But of course, that is easier said than done. What you could do, though, is keep a corner of your home that is just for you. And nobody enters it unless it's to help you clean up. And then, of course, that will mean that nobody will ever enter it. Okay. Do what royalty does. This is my hint number 6. If you look at the calendar of British royals, well, you don't even need to do this because you already know that it's wall-to-wall charity work. So spend some time going out there and helping people. It is, I think, when you help the helpless, children, animals, it seems to me like you get bonus points for that. So, I encourage you to do that, but do something every day to make the world a better place. So the next thing you can do is you yourself can live like royalty and adopt at least a few of their habits. If the if not the Rolls Royces. But chances are you probably already do live more royally than you think you do. The Population Reference Bureau estimated that as of 2015, 108.2 billion people had been born. 108.2 billion people had been alive. So your present standard of living means that compared to them, you likely already live like a royal. You might have air conditioning, aspirin, and there's a good chance your spice cabinet is worth more than gold to many royals in the past. Your merely being able to read means that you'd be in the elite minority of past cultures. A quick internet search of the subject is going to reveal a lot of things you take for granted that would have been hugely opulent and the province of the privileged in the past. Let's move on to number 8. Be a fairy godparent. Remember those caregivers that we talked about. There's a good chance they feel alone and overwhelmed. Do something for the caregivers you know. Ask them how they're doing, what they need. Offer your work to help them with laundry or cooking or whatever. And if you don't have the time to do that, send a gift card, but do something. Now, all these things will make the world a better place, which I will give you is the ultimate goal of my writing. But this vlog is all about you. And so I'm asking you to do these things. Yes, they're going to make the world a better place. And you can go to, and if you help someone today, you can go to bed at night knowing that your life meant something today. But all that aside, for purely selfish reasons, these things are going to make you feel good. And they're going to be a serotonin boost. They are going to, I was an interpersonal communication professor for 12 years, so I'm trying to spare you some of the jargon. But doing things to help other people, it increases your sense of well-being and interpersonal effectiveness. It gives you confidence. And all of these factors are associated, and they all help raise up your raise you up over time in a lot of different ways. Let's go on to number 9. Filter. Are there negative people in your life? Of course there are. There's negative people in everyone's life. Are there negative factors in your life? Of course there are. Do you keep the news on in the background? Do you let people make you crazy on social media? Well, mute those people or block them. Only tune into the news that affects your everyday life. Try to cultivate positive people and situations in your life. Because, again, remember, I'm talking, our fairy tale discussion has bone-crushingly practical implications. Letting these people make you crazy, it's not helping you. It is wasting your time, and it's bringing you down, and it's keeping you from really doing what you want to do in life. So, and you notice, I don't even have to, you notice that this entire discussion is apolitical. Just if something or someone is negative, block it. Your time is valuable, and seeing the value in yourself and in your time and your world, well, those are all aspects of a fairy tale existence. Now, I have a lot more hints on how to make your life a fairy tale at my blog at www.HarRiMaN.com. In addition, I try to build fairy tale elements into my writing. So check out my books on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. I've also I am a huge fan of anything cozy and the Scandinavian idea of hygge. So I also have related work on that on my blog at tharriman.com. And of course, if you need an escape in your day to day life, a place where you feel safe and cozy, I'm hoping that my books provide that for you as well. That's it for today. As always, I send you tons of love, blessings, and warmest wishes.